Um, Hello. Uh, I remember when I fell off. You might go, you fell off. You're barely popular. How could you fall off? You're not even known. I'm like, I used to be really known. I was what you would call a rage bait creator, or as it was known back then, a meltdown creator. And, that was all the content I really did. And prior to that, I kind of did original content, but I never really did do it because I was never really interested into it at the time, and I was getting a lot of hate. In fact, I think I was like the most hated guy like on YouTube at that particular time period. And then a bunch of other stuff happened, and then right out as I was like back when getting canceled actually meant getting canceled. Um the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and then eventually I got wiped off the internet almost for a long time. And I didn't really come back until like late 2021. And even then, I was still very much irrelevant at that point. Like, everybody forgot about me. Like, I wasn't even getting the, oh, you fell off messages. I was getting nothing, pretty much. And so now that I'm restarting again, especially since last year, like throughout 2022 and 2023, I was doing some stuff online, but nothing really got anywhere. And then late 2024 came around, and then I got some content thing going, but it never really went anywhere. Uh, Up until recently, up until this year, because there wasn't really much going on. But once the first month of the year started hitting around, I started getting a couple more views. I started getting a couple more subscribers, a couple more followers, a couple more likes, a couple more this and that. But, you know, I started to remove my comments because, well, because of my history, and what mostly led me to originally fall off was my comment section. So, what's the point of even developing a comment section if you can't comment? You know? That kind of thing. So, at least the porn bots won't get a chance. You know? At least I can, you know, judge it based off of how many views I get rather than what people are going to say about my videos. At least not on the comment section. If people want to post videos about me, things like that, I'm fine with it. I just don't like people commenting it because it somehow feels like less effort. Like, it feels like you're not doing much. You know, all it does is it doesn't really have anything original, anything. All it does is just gives me vibes. It doesn't give me uh, the feeling of vibes. It doesn't give me the feeling of, oh, is this actually true or not? Like, comment sections used to be actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. Like, it used to be like you could get pretty helpful information from a comment section about certain videos. You know, you could get really helpful tips and tricks and what people really actually thought about it. But then 2016 came around, and this was like right around the time when I started getting some hate backlash, but it was more of like just because I was famous at the time. Now I'm like starting to regain fame, but I won't be able to get back to what it once was. And I don't plan to, because I am not a rage bait guy. I am not that kind of content creator. Okay? I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, anyway, um, it's not like a 9 to 5 job or anything where you have to actually make hard work. But compared to comment sections, no. But yeah, I am still recovering from that fall off. Like, I don't really receive hate or anything like that. It's just I'm so unknown that my fall off is literally the reason why I even can post videos in the first place with confidence. And yeah, I just have the comments off my videos, like I've been saying, so that way I can focus more on the views and more on the subscribers than what people think about it, you know? So it gives me more of a reason to post. I don't feel like I won't feel threatened to post, you know? Because every time I post, it feels like a threat because of all the comments. But now that the comments are off, I don't really have that problem. So yeah, I just hope I don't fall off again. But yeah, I'm not gonna really try and do rage bait content because, well, that's what that does. And you know how people are with rage bait. You know how they are. Well, anyway, I'm gonna post this video to YouTube. And luckily I didn't post it to TikTok or anything like that. So, yeah. Ooh. 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 Whatever, man. Anyway. There's not much I can really talk about. I don't really have a lot to say. But yeah. But I'm just gonna try and stay out of things that are politically or religiously controversial. You know, those kind of things for my content. And I'm just gonna stay out of most controversial things in general, like internet drama or anything and everything that has to do with Hassan Piker, because he's way too controversial. And I only bring up this name in this video because of how controversial he is. You know? Because of people like that or whoever else online. But he's not like the only guy, you know, there are many, many more. I just don't want to get into people that I know that are like currently controversial. If it was something they did like, say, 10, 20, 30 years ago, and it's all in the past now and everybody just kind of forgot about it, then it's whatever. But if it's like if I talk to them like I could get actually canceled again, yeah, I'm not risking that. I am not risking that. And I just don't want to go down that route. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm going to end this video so people can watch it. And if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. But if not, oh well. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a nice day.